We just saw It, and on this show I take my friends, we go see a movie, we review it here in the car and have a discussion. This review video is spoiler free, so if you're on the fence or looking for a recommendation, you can watch this video to find out what we thought. And if you have already seen the movie or don't care about spoilers and want to hear our full discussion, you can also watch our discussion video that would be titled It Movie Discussion with Spoilers. So this is the 2017 remake of Stephen King's novel It, which was also made as a miniseries back in 1990. The story of the evil Pennywise the Clown and him terrorizing the kids. Unlike the miniseries, which is the full scope of the book, this movie covers the childhood phase of the story, which, in my opinion, was the stronger part of the miniseries, was the child part. So, obviously, the first question that comes to mind is how does this stack up next to the miniseries? For those of you that have seen the miniseries, and I won't go into spoilers or anything for either, but I will say, beyond the fact that that was a 1990s TV series, this is a 2017 major movie, beyond the fact, obviously effects are better, CGI is better, all of those things that you would expect from a modern movie to be improved. It's just a way better told story. The acting's better, the directing's better. It feels like a movie instead of a miniseries, and it does a really good job of staying faithful to the book. Things that I remember from the book happen in this, and they're really well done. There's all kinds of little touches in the background that, if you know the story already or if you're a fan of the book, you'll see. They'll jump out at you. Just really interesting, neat touches. Things that are done with the camera that's really interesting. This is a top-tier, amazing horror movie. It's not like souped up to 11 for a modern audience. It's not like made extra scary or extra gory because it's a new movie or anything like that. It's just extremely well told. It's the translation from book to screen that I've always wanted to see, and I was constantly happy and surprised that every chance that they had to mess this movie up, they seem to have managed to not mess it up. There were so many things that could have gone wrong. There were so many points where I was worried, and it turned out just great. And of course, we'll get into more of that in the spoilers, but I would say if you like the miniseries, check it out. If you're middling on the miniseries, I would still check it out. If you like the book, obviously go and do it. If you want to see it as like the cultural event, like if you've never been into It, or if you were too scared when you were a kid to see the miniseries or whatever, as far as which one to see first or if you should see either of them, I would see this, honestly. I think it's really well done. It's not as cheesy as the 90s one is, but then again, it wasn't made in the 90s, so it's kind of hard to say. But I would recommend it to anybody that can stand up to a horror movie. Anyone that's not just like automatically out when it's a horror genre movie. So I think it was great. What did you think?
I thought it was fantastic. I'm a huge fan of the book, and the It miniseries was one of my favorite things to watch as a kid. And everybody is going to compare it to that if they've seen it, and it's hard to get away with that, especially with Tim Curry, his performance as Pennywise back in the 90s. But this movie absolutely killed it. It brought in a lot of aspects from the book that the first one just glossed over. And it took some changes to make it all work, at least to be appropriate for cinema. But it was so well done. The scares were earned. The characters got enough development that you cared about them. Mm-hmm. It was fantastic. I absolutely loved it, and I think people should definitely go see it.
Yeah.
Even if you're not a fan of the horror genre, it's a good movie.
Yeah, it's good enough to see. Even if, like I said, if you can handle it, even if you're not a fan of horror normally, if you can handle things being a little uncomfortable, it's well worth it. So we're going to go ahead and recommend it so we can move on to spoilers. If you like when we do these, please like the video, subscribe, check out all the written video reviews at dalemaxfield.com. Check out the spoiler video if you want to, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.